here live on YouTube, so I don't necessarily know what I can do up here, but we're and see what I can do and what I can't do. Um, hopefully this will work the way that it should. Um, all right, YouTube, hold on. Here we go. All right. Let me get this going. Okay, orientation is locked. Oh Lord. So frustrating. Okay. Oh my gosh. Why did it take forever to do? Sorry, y'all. This is my first time being live on YouTube, but I'm trying my very best to get it together um, and to get some writing done over here. Hey. Hey, Sierra. How are you, babe? What's today? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I've been wanting to be live over here on YouTube for quite a while. Um, I'm still trying to figure out the logistics. I probably should have did like a test run before I actually got on here. But when you know better, you do better. So we are trying. It's a trial and error. I wanted to display my books and to um. Okay, I'm gonna do a live chat. Okay, so that the comments can just come up. All right. Am I allowed to play music on here? I feel like I want to play music, but I don't know if um if YouTube is going to cut me off because I'm going to be upset if it does decide to cut me off. But how was your day? I don't even know how they choose to send the live out to people. Okay, today is Wednesday and I've been sick. And girl, you were trying new things. It's okay. Oh no, I hope you feel better. Please feel better. I hate being sick. It's such an inconvenience in life. Like, it's so freaking inconvenient. I'm literally off from work because one of the kids that I nanny is sick. Um, so I understand the whole being sick thing. I was off today. Um, able to get some more writing done, get some stuff done. Okay, the landscape mode. I wanted to show my laptop, but how do I? Okay, this is better. All right, we got a comment. Hello, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining live. All right. How do I? Okay, we got a question. And it does have copyright things on here. Oh, okay. So I got to use copyright free music. All right, let me see. Copyright free music. So I'm used to going live on TikTok and going live on Instagram. So we are trying new things over here. I'm excited to talk to you guys. I'm excited to get some words down today because I did not get any words done today at all. I mean, any words out today. I was doing a lot of running around. I actually vlogged today, um, but I didn't get to get any words any words down. So we got some music. I'm gonna turn it down, but it's like low in the background, and we're gonna see what actually happens here. All right, I'm gonna pull up my document. I'm gonna get some writing done. You guys can feel free to ask me any questions you might have. I will be on here for probably like a good hour. Probably like a good hour. I could be on until like 7. Okay. Sierra, I see you commented that I did not miss the live. No, babe, you did not miss the live. We are just now getting here. We are just now getting here. Okay. I was trying to set it up and it was taking me a little longer than usual because this is my first time setting it up. But it's cool because I think I actually like this and I want to do this like once a week. And once I get a little better about it, probably twice a week. This is my first time going live on YouTube and I'm going to save this live. So for anybody who will watch this later on, hello, my name is Brianna Michelle. I'm an indie romance author and welcome to my live stream. I love to go live on other social media platforms because it's fun. I get to meet new readers. I get to talk to my readers kind of like somewhat like one on one. I get to chit chat and be in community with other authors. And I have definitely been looking to grow my community on YouTube. And I've already found some really amazing people over here. So I'm looking to just cultivate that community even more. So if you are in the comments, say hello. Maybe say where you're viewing this video from, this live stream from. I am currently working on a new story. And you know what? I'm going to make the announcement about what the story is over here. I'm working on a paranormal romance. This is my first paranormal story ever in life. So I'm like excited, but also a little nervous. So I'm going to get some writing done. If you guys have questions about any of the other books in my catalog, these are my books here. Um, Here, you might as well we're going to just display all of them. We are going to display all of them. Yeah, I do nanny. I do nanny. Yeah, I do. I love being a nanny. It's such a vibe. Um, how do I get the comments to stay up? Okay, I gotta tap the screen. It is so okay. We figuring this out as we go. Okay, we are. Okay, hey Kelsey, I live in PA too. Awesome. Period. Hello, hello, hello. Are you guys readers? Are you writers? Um, if you do read, what are you currently reading right now? If you are a writer, what genre do you write in? Um, and also, this can, if you have any questions, so I'm an indie romance author. If you have any questions about um, being an indie author, any questions about like writing a story, outlines, characters, whatever, ask me any questions that you want to ask me. This can also be a productivity live. So if you guys are working on something or want to work on something and we can kind of work on that thing together. So what I tend to do on other social media platforms is I'll talk for about 10 to 15 minutes unless I have questions, and then I will set a timer for about 30 minutes. I'll get some writing done, and then we'll pretty much like bounce back and forth between talking and writing because I'm a natural yapper. So if you guys are already subscribed to my YouTube channel and you see my videos, I be talking. Okay, I be talking. In some of my writing vlogs, I'm talking more than I'm writing. So, you know, I'm I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Okay. I'm working on having like a nice balance between talking and writing. I did not get any writing done today, but I did vlog. I did vlog, which, speaking of vlogging, I actually want to vlog a little bit of this live because I think that'll be cool. Um, ooh, okay. Okay, Kelsey. Okay, you're a reader and a writer. Currently reading, Shanora Williams, Lethal Souls. Writing my first debut novel. I want to publish at the end of the year as a rockstar romance duology. Ooh, rockstar. Listen, I love, 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 love. Um, music. So any romance stories with music, whether it is a country singer, R&B singer, a rapper, I live for that. Okay, I live for like a musician, a nice little like musician trope. Come on, rock star. That sounds really cool. Really, really, really cool. Ooh, I'm excited for you. Kelsey, are we mutuals on here? If we are not, I need to follow you because I want to be a part of that journey. I want to see whatever you're posting about that story. Okay, can I follow you? No. Oh. Okay. It won't let me so, like, okay, on, like, TikTok or Instagram, it will let you, like, click on a person's profile and follow them, like, on the live, and I tried to do that here, and they said, "No, you can't do that." But that sounds really cool. I've never read anything by Shanora Williams. Was that her name? But I did hear about, is that what is that? Is that, like, psychological thriller? Is that like a thriller? Is she a thriller, author? She sounds very familiar, but I, like, cannot place it. Okay, yes, I love music. Do you listen to music while you write? I know that can be okay, so I have ADHD. Okay, so oftentimes listening to music helps me focus on my writing more because for me, um, when I am writing and then my brain starts to drift off to something else. I drift off to like either writing, I mean either listening to music or like if I'm live and I'm writing, I'll just like drift off to like staring at the screen for about I don't know, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, whatever. And then I can get back like focused. So I do listen to music. Oftentimes I might set a little timer and write for like 15, 30 minutes and then like get up and stretch and do like a little dance break. Um, because it does help me focus. I love listening to music. And oftentimes when I'm listening to music when I'm writing, it'll remind me of my characters and the characters in my book. So all of these books have playlists inside of them. Oh, we got one more. My Christmas book. All of these books have they have playlists inside of them. So like I this is my debut novel, Finding My Way Out of Darkness. It is a Chrono Mines inspired romance story about a FBI agent and a sex trafficking victim. It is a romantic suspense. We have Brian McClane who has to shut down the sex trafficking ring, and he finds out that his childhood best friend is one of the girls being trafficked, and he has to figure out how to shut down the trafficking ring. But she doesn't remember him or the summer that they spent together because she has amnesia. So this story, I believe there are maybe like 13, maybe 10 to 13 songs on the playlist. 14. Wait, no, I think it's 15. I feel like there's oh no, 14 songs on the playlist. So, and I also love to mention music in my books. So, oftentimes, like there's a scene in this book where the characters are like they're at a club, and the female main character Michaela and her friend like they're dancing to like one of my favorite songs, like um, "Girls Some Sugar" by Beanie Man. So, I will often mention music in my stories because we love books with a playlist. Now, this might sound a little like hypocritical, but I can't listen to music and read. I can listen to like instrumentals, but listening to like music with words and reading, I can't do that because I'm singing the songs and I'm not reading. Now, when I'm writing and listening to music, that's a vibe, but the other way around, mm-mm, I can't do it at all. And I don't know why I can't, but I can't. So like these playlists are for my readers. They're for my readers because I can't do it. And it is so strange. So like can you read and listen to music at the same time? Um because I can't. Like I need like jazz music or like those lofty beat Johns or maybe just like some maybe like a little cafe tune, a little elevator music, not, not nothing too intense, not anything with any like real lyrics. Because I'm singing and I'm not reading. Because I think for me, when I'm reading a book, it kind of like it plays like a movie in my head. So when I'm listening to music and reading a book, it takes me out of the movie and takes me into the song. So it's weird. It is weird. Yes, I love listening to music while I read. Period. I don't know why I can't do it. I don't know why I can't do it. I don't know why I don't know why it's reversed. That's crazy. So okay, so how do you feel about your debut novel coming out? That sounds really exciting. A rock star duology sounds super cool. Um I am currently reading a book. It's called The Other Side of Fame by D. Rose. She's an indie romance author, black romance author. It is a rapper. Fame is a rapper, and we have the female main character. Her stage name is Heaven, but she's like an R&B singer. And it's like a fake dating romance. It is so freaking good. How long have you been writing, and what is your favorite genre to write? So, I have been writing since I first started writing on the little app called Wattpad back in like 2013. I started writing on Wattpad. I started writing on Wattpad, and it was so cool because I was reading on that app for a while, and then I like finally took yeah, listen, we love Wattpad, okay? I finally took the plunge and I started writing over there. I was writing a YA book. It was an interracial YA book, but I never finished it. But that was the first time that I like actually started writing a book. And it's funny because I started like a paranormal romance on there, and I also didn't finish that book either. But I might have to spin a block on those books. Um, but my favorite genre to write is romance. I love romance. I am a romance girly at heart. I'm a lover of love. I'm a hopeful romantic. So I love to write romance in all of its different capacities. Now, these two books are a part of the Finding My Way series. This is book one. This is book two. This one is a romantic thriller. Um, Look at my beautiful cover. She's so gorgeous. I'm like freaking in love with this cover. It's crazy. Um, but these are like, different little like subgenre of romance. And then this is like a little Valentine's Day book that is like inspired from this story from the same characters. Thank you so much. Um, and then we have this. This is like a Christmas romance story. And this is contemporary romance. So I would say like I love genre, love to write romance as a full genre, but I like to like challenge myself and like dive into the different subgenres of romance. So, what about you? When did you first start writing? And how long have you been working on your debut novel? This book is actually a rewrite. It first was it first looked like this, and I always keep one copy of it because it just reminds me of how far I went. This was a urban fiction novel at first. Clearly, there's like a vast difference in between the two books. This one is thicker. Um, I decided to take this version of the book down and rewrite it completely. So this book is like 40,000 words, and I probably took maybe like 2 to 3,000 of these words and mix and match them together into this version of the book. This is 85,000 words. Um, but I first published this version of Find My Way Out of Darkness in October of 2021. So I took this book down off of Amazon in 2023, and I took it down in May of 2023, and I rewrote it, and it like the storyline is like completely different. And I released this in November of 2023. So ask me anything about marketing. Um, let's just talk about being an indie author. I feel like there are indie authors on here that I'm in community with. There are a lot of I want to get like in community with some more like romance authors because I find that like while I'm scrolling on YouTube, there are a lot of like fantasy and like sci-fi or like nonfiction authors, which is nothing wrong with those genres. Love those genres down, but I like want to chit chat with more like romance authors. Okay, I've been writing since I was 12 and I'm 30 now, so a long time. It is my first time trying to self-publish. I'm excited. I just finished with beta readers, so I'm doing revisions. Ooh, congratulations. Come on, that's a long time. That is a long time of writing. Period. Okay, so what made you finally take the plunge to go ahead and be like, "Okay, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to self-publish." Did you wanna go the route of, like, trad publishing? Did you try to do trad, or you're like, "No," you went straight to indie? I went straight to indie because there at the time where I finished writing. Okay, I'm gonna address the marketing comment in just a second because I love marketing my books now. I just when I finished the first version of Finding My Way Out of Darkness, it was like 2016, 2018. I know I was still in college, so it was like 2016. And I did not really see any like black and POC authors in like bookstores. So I was like, okay, we're just gonna go indie. We're gonna go indie and we're gonna do it ourselves. I'm also like very nitpicky. So I wanted all of like the creative freedom to pretty much just do what I want to do, how I want to do it. But I would in a perfect world, I would be like a hybrid author. Like I would have like a trad deal. I would be like trad and indie. So like Kennedy Ryan is one of my inspirations because she's trad and she's hybrid. So she's a little bit of both. And there's a few other authors who I know that were indie authors, and now they have like a trad deal or some trad deals, and some of their indie work is being republished. I mean, yeah, republished as trad, which I actually like love that so much. Okay, so you definitely want to do indie. Yeah, listen, the indie, first of all, just like how far the indie romance world has grown from like 2018 to now is crazy to me because on Wattpad, right? On Wattpad, there those are indie authors. But I saw some of those authors, some of those books being published as traditional, like The Kissing Booth. I remember when that was a book on Wattpad. So like that goes to show like how long I actually been on Wattpad. What was it? My Summer with the Walter Boys. That is now a movie on Netflix. I remember when that also was a book on Wattpad. I read the book on Wattpad, both of those books. Um, what else? After that trilogy, that trilogy that is on Netflix, I read that as a indie book on Wattpad. So like to see where listen, yeah, actor is now like it's crazy just like how far some of the stories have went, and now like their movies on Netflix, which is like one of my like inspirations, like absolutely inspirations. um so I like now it is so possible for indie authors to get for this to be a job. Like there are a lot of indie authors that I follow that are doing this like full time. Um Most of them are black because I need to see people that look like me that are actually making it. But it is amazing just how far the indie world has just progressed for us now, and also romance, because romance is, I feel like the world doesn't take romance as seriously as they should, which is so strange to me because love is something that everybody experiences for the most part. Like love is the most like relatable genre. So I don't understand why romance isn't like the top genre. I feel like a lot of like um publishing companies are like pushing fantasy and all of those kind of genres, which again I love fantasy. I'm like a romantasy girl. I don't dive too far into fantasy because it's just like my brain. It's just a little too much for me. Like I need some love. I need that in there. But but I also just feel like, you know, their romance has been going very far within like the last 4 years, which I'm like just so happy to see and to witness. And it's so inspiring as an indie author. Like it's beautiful. Okay, so marketing. So what terrifies you? Like what is scary about marketing to you? Like what's the scariest thing about marketing? Because I have learned so much about marketing since writing this book. So I've sold maybe maybe 100, maybe 200 copies of this book in the 2 years that it was out, right? Like On one hand, that's a lot. On the other hand, that's not a lot at all, right? And because I didn't know how to market the book, I knew how to talk about the book in person a little bit. And I feel like a lot of the copies that I sold of this book is because people like my personalities and they wanted to support me and they were like, oh yeah, I'll do that. Or like they read the back of the synopsis. Like they read the synopsis and they were like, oh well, you know, I'll try that. I'll read it, whatever. But like I didn't know how to market this book online. I just had no idea what to do. And I took like 6 months to like a year of like being on TikTok because I was primarily on TikTok at the time and just like studying and seeing what other authors are doing and how they're marketing their books. Um, now, hold on. I see you left a comment. Okay, you said putting yourself out there. Okay, I can understand that. I can understand that completely. So I think that like, well, number one, you're already doing like the hardest part, which is writing the book, right? Writing the book is like one of the hardest things that you can even do, right? Now, they don't tell you that marketing is just as hard as writing the book because you think that once you've written the book, that the hard part is over, and it's not. And it's only not over until you find a marketing strategy that works for you, right? Because, and I am literally, let me go check my YouTube queue. I literally have a YouTube video that is coming on my channel about marketing, but I'm going to talk about it here. But in case you forget anything that I say, the video is coming out because I'm going to check because I literally like, I feel like once I unlock this freedom when it comes to marketing my videos, like I just don't have to be stressed out about it anymore. Okay, so on the 26th, which is Saturday. Is that Saturday or is that Tuesday? Hmm. Okay. I don't know what date the 26th is, but whatever the 26th is, I have a marketing advice video coming out. But so what I've learned about like putting yourself out there is that you can go like one or two ways about it. There are a lot of authors that are faceless when marketing their books, right? So like while you're writing the book, I think that listen, I understand, okay? I understand because when I decided to rewrite this book, the fact that like when I told people that I was rewriting this book, people was like, "Oh, what is the book going to be about?" Right? Because everybody wants to know what the book is going to be about. Even if you're like, "Hey, I'm writing a rock star romance." You already got me ready to read the book because I know it's going to be a rock star romance. Like that's already like, "Oh, cool. That sounds amazing." Like if the female main character is a songwriter and the male main character doesn't or well, first of all, let me not assume that this is going to be a woman man romance. If the one main character is the songwriter and the other main character is the performer, like that's already giving like, oh my god, wait a minute. I've never really heard about she's his ghostwriter or they're their ghostwriter, whatever the case may be for the book. Like that is already a trope that or like a marketing strategy that is exciting. Now, I know that some people um, hesitate when sharing too much information about their book too early on, and I get that completely because I don't like to share like too much of my stories before they're out because I don't want to give the book away, right? So for this book, um, we have a black FBI agent. That was one of the like marketing strategies that I use. The amnesia trope, because she has amnesia and she doesn't remember him. They were once childhood best friends, so best friends to lovers. Um, that's three. What was the fourth one? Like he fell for her first, and then a slow burn. Those are five marketing strategies that I use when marketing this book along with the cover. Now, if you don't have a cover for your story yet, I understand. But like getting the cover in front of people as fast as like as much as you can, like flooding people. If you go on my page and you scroll down, only thing you're going to see is videos of the covers of these books. Like all of these books, the covers are in people's faces because sometimes people remember covers more than they remember titles of books, which is fine because some people, like their visual remembrance. Now, if you can like write out, even if it's just two strategies about your like two marketing angles that you know that the romance girlies are going to eat up, and I feel like you already have one that is a rock star romance, like you can already that's already a good marketing point to hit people with. Now, if you're like, okay, I don't want to show my face on here, I want to just kind of be like anonymous. I'm not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. And it is very possible. I've seen there are lots of authors who I don't even know what they look like. And growing up, at least the authors that I read, I didn't know what they looked like because excuse me, they were anonymous. Excuse me, they were anonymous, so I never knew what they looked like. But I knew their pen name. So if you again, this is like me not knowing how far you are into your manuscript, but if you have like go on Pinterest and find pictures that represent certain scenes from your book. So like find a picture of like a mosh pit, right? Picture of a mosh pit. If there's one line that one of the main characters says, that you're like, "Ooh, this is such a good line," where it's like, I don't know, and I'm making okay, you have a Pinterest board. Amazing. Okay, so you already got pictures. Period. You're already halfway there. Okay, right? You got the pictures. Cool. If you go on Canva and you upload one of the pictures on there or whatever, and there's like a line that one of the main characters says, or like the one that's the rock star, right? Let's say the rock star says, I I connected eyes with them from the stage and I was immediately mesmerized. Like, that's so freaking cute. Like, the girlies are gonna eat that up. Like, people are gonna think that that's like so cute because like I think the thing is that you want to draw people in as early as possible so that the anticipation behind your book is what is going to get people to be excited and ready to read it. Now, with this book, this one is a romantic thriller. Before I even shared anything about the book, they were in love with the cover. You need a good cover for your books. Like, and it is hard. It is like don't even get me started on covers because it is hard. Now, all of these covers were pre-made covers. I actually made this on Canva. I found this picture on one of those like free stock photo um websites. I think it's Upsplash. I found this picture on Upsplash. I went on Canva, I changed the coloring around, and I did it just like that. Um, and for this cover, I literally just threw like a pink overlay over top of it because it's, about the same. Yeah. So these two were made, thank you so much. These two were made on Canva. So the original picture, the sky, you can see the sky in the picture, and you can see more of her features. So I just put a shadow down, like I put the shadow, I put like an overlay over top of it, and I darkened the picture a lot. And because the title is called Find My Way Out of Darkness, it worked. Like it worked for this story. Now, if you're like, okay, I have no idea where to start with a cover, like, cause the one thing we don't okay, because this is me not assuming what your financial situation is like. I don't have a lots of money as an indie author. I don't have lots of money as an indie author. um i just I just don't. Okay, so a lot of the money that I'm paying, yeah, broke, okay, and a lot of the money that I'm spending on my covers and editing and all of that stuff is literally like coming out of my own pocket, right? So I want to be as affordable as I can be. So like this cover, this was pre-made. This is a pre-made cover. I got it from an author she does cover designs also. Her name is Aubrey Penn. I got this from her. I think the cover was literally like $20. And the cover is so gorgeous. So like even if your first cover is a pre-made cover, they look good. Like pre-made covers are great. Like when I saw this cover, I said, "Oh, I need this. Like, I need this for this book." That was $15. This cover was also from another author, and this cover was $50, I think, 50 or $40. Like, I got the cover, I fell in love with it. I knew what the title of the book was going to be, and she filled out all the information, whatever, and I did like the back matter and the spine by myself. Um, so like if you can, as early as possible, you want to try and get a cover for your books. But if you don't have a cover, right? Because I market my books before I have covers because sometimes we don't always have covers. Now, I am literally like about to release a sports romance. It is a black soccer player and a black sports photographer. Um, Next month. Yeah, next month. So when I was marketing this book before I got a cover, I made a video on TikTok and like there are like those edits of like certain actors or like wrestlers, like they're like the girlies who make like those cute like edits of people. So there was an edit of it's like a soccer team, right? And it was this one soccer player. I don't even know who the person is. This one soccer player, the guy was cute. And it had a nice little trendy song on it. So I stitched the video on TikTok. Okay, good. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, good. So you can keep up. Because I'm trying to explain it well to where it makes sense, but good. You're picking up what I'm putting down. So I stitched the video and I said I may or may not have written a story about a soccer player. And readers, new and old, were like, hold on, you writing a story about a soccer player? I want to read that. Or I don't even, no, I think I said sports romance. I don't even think I told them that it was a soccer player yet. Um, so it's like, if you want to be faceless and you don't want to show, what you look like, maybe you're not ready to get on camera, you can use the pictures from your Pinterest board and put certain even if you want to keep using this one line or maybe find like 5 lines in your book that you want to use or whatever, like if you know a little bit of like what your synopsis is going to be or like the premise of your story and you want to share that early on, like making it to where it makes sense. So let me see if I can show you an example, which I'm sure that you have seen an example of what I'm talking about. Um, but I want to see if I can. Okay, so the screen is pretty visible. All right, we're going to see. I'm going to show you my one of my marketing. What do I have to do? Okay, maybe I can show you on a laptop. One of my marketing strategies for my book before I even said what the book was going to be about. So like sometimes I'll post just like graphics as the cover for the book. Okay, here's one. All right. Can you see this? Okay, now this is a picture of two people kissing. Does look pretty sexual, but that's the picture. And then there's a quote and it says, I should have been focusing on running as fast as I could, but I couldn't get Camille's taste out of my mouth. Am I addicted to her? I must be. Dash Grayson. Grayson is the main character. Like the readers, I'm not giving them too much, but I'm giving them like just enough to like be on the edge of their seats, waiting for this book to come out. There is Here's another one, just like a simple post. Like here's a picture that I found on Pinterest. Here's a little quote that says, I'm sure you need your hands in your line of work. What did I tell you about touching that handle? Do you need a refresher on what happens when you don't listen? Okay. He's not abusive. You know, I just he's just he wants her to let him open the door for her. Okay. And it's cute. They're holding hands. Um, Very cute, very manly. Yes, so I'm on TikTok. This is Instagram that I'm showing you, but I'm also on TikTok. Um, so yeah, like it can be so very like it can be simple if you find like character inspiration for like and the book does not have to be finished yet, right? Because I started marketing this book before I finished it. Um, and one thing that you can do to start off okay, how far out should I start to market? You should start to market, like, I would say once you're about like 40% into your manuscript, or like if you have an, I don't know if you're an outliner. I'm not like a, I try to outline as best as I can. But my outlines aren't always like, they're not perfect. Like I'm more of like a plantser. Like I plot and like right along the way. So I'm like a little mash in between. So if you have like a clear outline, or okay, good, good. You too, great. So you know what I'm talking about. So if you have like, if you're certain about that you're going to write this book and that this book is coming out, and that this book is going to be like a rock star duology, you should start marketing the book as soon as you know what it's going to be about. So, like for me with this paranormal romance that I'm releasing whenever, I don't know. This is like the current book that I'm working on. I have not started marketing that book yet because I am still like up in arms about like the two main characters. Like as far as I know, I think I'm at like a sweet spot with it, but I don't know. I'm still writing it. I'm still writing it like very early. Like I literally only have like 5,000 words. So we're gonna see because we're not ready to fully market that book yet. But when you know, like that you know that this book is going to be like a rock star duology, you should start telling people like, hey, I'm writing a book about a rock star duology. Like I'm writing a rock star duology book. Um, and because you already have a Pinterest board, if you have like character inspo, like this is the character inspo for my main character, um, and a quote from the book. I usually, when I'm like writing my books, when I'm like, when you're writing a book and you write a line that's really, really good, and you're like, ooh, this line is so good. Like, people are going to love this line. Even if it's like just a cute moment of like, he tilted her, or she, she put her hand on the back of his neck or on the back of her neck to comfort them, like just like a cute one liner. Like if you have just like two or three one liners that you can drop along with your character inspiration, like you should start pushing those out as much as you can, and pushing out the same stuff. Like you do not have to keep you don't have to keep coming up with new lines and new stuff to push. Like I market the same lines on TikTok and on Instagram and on here. Because I also post like marketing videos on YouTube Shorts. Okay. Ooh, I was thinking I should wait until it's about to be ready to release. I still have to get it edited and do final proofreading, and I don't want to market too well. Okay, so like the thing is like, and I get that because I kind of thought the same. But honestly, the more you market the book, the more anticipation that people will have. So, with this book, Finding My Way Out of Darkness. So, I started rewriting it in May. And I told people, now this was a rookie mistake. I told people that this book was coming out in the summertime. And I'm like, yeah, it's coming out in the summertime. We got FBI agents and blah, 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 blah. Because I thought that I was only going to just give this version of the book. I just thought that I was going to change the color, and I was going to go back and just add a few like chapters of the male POV. That is not what happened. I literally like scratched this entire idea and rewrote the book. So it took longer than what I thought. But that was good for me because I was marketing the book from what, May, June, July, August, September, October. So I was marketing the book for 6 months before it came out, which is one of the reasons why I think it did well. Like I believe like 20,000 pages read on Amazon within like the first 2 weeks that the book was out, which I was like completely blown away that people even did that. Or like we're even reading the book like that, because I'm like, wait a minute, like this book just came out, and like I was a new author because again, nobody on social media knew that I wrote this book because I didn't know how to market it. Like I didn't know how to market it at all. So to everybody, like to my peers, to my other author peers and readers, this is my first book. Like nobody even knows that other book exists, which is fine because I like it that way. I like it that way. But like this book has reached like 100,000. I think we're at like 200,000 pages read on KU now. Like and the book hasn't even been out for a year yet. Like it'll be a year this coming November. So like you want to market the book as soon as you know what it's going to be about. Like who cares if you don't have a cover? Who cares if it's not edited? Who cares if you don't have a release date? People kept asking me when the book is coming out. And I told them release date to be announced. A lot of authors will say to be announced when they don't have a release date because you don't know when the book is coming out. Like you just don't know when it's coming out. If you don't know, you don't know. So it is what it is. If you don't know when it's coming out, you can't tell them a release date, but they know like, hey, Kelsey is writing uh a Rockstar duology, and I can't wait for that book to come out. She dropped character inspo. She gave us like one or two one-liners of what the book is going to be about. I'm like so ready. Like you'll start to build the hype behind your book, the anticipation. You'll start to find like readership very early on. People will want to get arcs of the books if you choose to give out arcs or not. Um, it'll actually be amazing if you start now. It'll be amazing. I really do believe that. Okay, we have a question. Question is your yes, my real name is Brianna. Brianna is my first name, Michelle is my middle name. I didn't really think I didn't really think to have a pen name. Um, so before I started writing books, I was like trying to do like lifestyle influencing. Um, I was trying to be a lifestyle influencer. So I wanted like my name to be the brand, which is why I just ended up using my first name and my middle name as my pen name. So yeah, that's my name, girl. That's me. Um, it is so good. I can't wait until the special edition one. First of all, I'm so excited that you love this book just as much as I do because this is my freaking baby. I love this book so much. And I'm so freaking excited for the special edition cover. Like I have so many ideas that I can't wait to like finish with this paranormal romance book that I'm supposed to be writing. And then I can really dive into this special edition cover because I want it to come out in November, which will be the 1 year anniversary. Uh, okay, you said it was to get back from me. Yeah, yeah. Listen, we love Get Back. Okay, I the female main characters in these two books, my I'm all for my women getting back what they need to get back. Okay, so if something bad happens to them and they need some revenge, I'm all for revenge. Like absolutely for revenge. Okay, let me see. All right, would you be open to helping others write their books? So, okay, I, okay, I used to want to, and I kind of do still want to, but I think it just depends on like what they would need help with. So, like, is it like, do you need like a coach to like coach you through? Like, you need encouragement? You need like a life coach help? Or do you need like what do I need to write down help? Because I think that like life coach encouragement, like marketing advice, um, branding advice, I can help with that. Like, but like helping people write stuff, I can't help with that. So like what exactly would you need help with? Because I know you said that you're working on your book and you literally just said your manuscript. Um okay. Okay, so you have your manuscript, it needs development. It's my journal that I want to turn into a book. Okay, so like you need like structural things like how to form a story, like how to turn it from a journal into a book. Like, would it be self help? Would it be fiction? Give me some more. Okay. Okay, you say yes. Yes to how to turn it from like a journal into a book. Yes to that? Question mark. Um, because if that's the case, I I think I can help you with that. I think I can help you with that. Okay, structure, and I think it'll be fiction based off a true story. Okay. Okay. Um, so like I definitely wouldn't mind like doing like an author like coaching kind of thing and like offering like services for people. So if they're like, okay, I need you to format the book for me. Like I am about to open a book formatting services. So like doing the inside interior for the person. So like let's say you have an edited manuscript, it's proofread, all of that jazz, and you're like, okay, how do I format the book? I can offer like formatting services as far as that and like a step-by-step guide on how to like upload it onto Amazon or Ingram Sparks or wherever you choose to publish it at. Um, Now, structure, I can help with structure. I think it depends, like, if you need like one-on-one help or if you're like, hey, I need examples. Okay. So I guess I would just need like a little more detail because okay, so I work a full-time 9 to 5 and part-time author. Now I'm doing this YouTube thing. So I want to make sure that I am able to help people. So like I did there was a author who did like a self-help journal. He needed help formatting his book. So I formatted the book for him. I think 101 is your email. Yes, yes. Shoot me email. Shoot me an email and I will give me a detailed email. Like tell me everything you need in that email from top to bottom so that I don't have any more questions and I have a clear understanding of what you need. Okay, so do you think TikTok is the best route or combination of others? I haven't set up any social media accounts because I'm not big on it, but I do understand that that is the best way to get exposure. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. So, okay, I think honestly, okay, good. Yes, I'm waiting for your email. I'm excited. I can't wait to read it. I think it depends on now. You say you aren't big on social media, so we got to figure out what platform you would feel most comfortable with being on. Now, Instagram, you could do reels, you can do pictures. Well, okay, let's say this, right? Because some people have more luck on Instagram, some people have more luck on TikTok. I have luck more luck on TikTok than I do have luck on Instagram. So I think that if you want to focus on one app first, and then you decide that like let's say you want to start with TikTok and then you're like, okay, I want to then go over to Instagram. You can always repurpose all of your TikToks over to Instagram. And repurpose, if you don't know what that means, literally it's just to take all of your TikToks and post them on Instagram as Instagram Reels. And you can do the same thing with YouTube. Now, if you're like, hey, I just want to start on Instagram because I just want to do graphics to start off, or I I like Instagram better. You want to start off to wherever you feel most comfortable. I actually started off on TikTok. Now I was on Instagram, but I had lifestyle content on Instagram and I didn't really know how to like merge the two. Like I didn't know how to stop doing the lifestyle content and do the author content. So like I decided to go over to TikTok and I got like involved in like the book talk, team over there. I like made an introduction video. You can always now, no pressure, but you can always be like, hey guys, whatever your pen name, let's say your pen name is lip gloss. Hey guys, my name is Lip Gloss. I am a romance author, or I'm an author, and I'm getting ready to release my very first book. I'm getting ready to release a rock star romance. That's all you gotta say. Say that, cut the video off, and let the algorithm do its thing. You want to start interacting with the content that you want the algorithm to push out to you. So you want to follow other authors that are on TikTok. You want to follow other book talkers that are on TikTok. And you want to kind of just like start to build that community, because your community on social media is are the people that are going to become your readers. And if they don't become your readers, they will still be your supporters. So I spent a lot of time while I was marketing, also building community. So I started talking to other authors on Book Talk, and I mean TikTok, and I started, to interacting with other like readers' content, just liking a post, leaving a comment, especially if I like their content, like vibing out with people. Um, that's kind of what I started to do to like build community because I have community on TikTok and on Instagram. In my TikTok community, some of those authors and some of those readers have been like we've been mutual since like 2021. And a lot of that started off with me just like genuinely like interacting with other people. So I would say like you don't want to necessarily like go on any social media platform and just like go for the sake of like market, market, market. Now, I'm not saying you don't want to market. You do want to market. But you want to, like build community while you're doing it because there are people that I'm in community with like readers and not my readers because some of those people have never read any of my work, but they share my posts, they comment, they recommend it to other people who they know like to read the kind of books that I write. So you want to be community based, a community based author. Okay, you said that makes sense. Good. I'm glad it makes sense because I'm like, I don't want to necessarily tell you to be like, yeah, like read my book, read my book, read my book, read my book, because there is a certain level of decorum and an etiquette that is on the socials, and there's like this conversation of like authors kind of just like going into like readers inbox and being like, hey, so this would be me, right? I would go into a reader that maybe I don't even follow her, maybe I just followed her, I don't react to any of their content. I mean, interact with any of their content. And I just followed them and was like, hey, I wrote 4 books. Here's my Amazon link. Go and read it. People don't like that. People do not like that at all, actually, because it's kind of like you're kind of just using people. So I really want to encourage you to build community on there, especially with other authors who and it doesn't have to be other authors who write what you write because I'm in community with authors who, I mean, most of them are romance authors, but there are some who who only write urban fiction, or there are some who write like horror, excuse me, psychological thrillers, like just a little bit of everybody. So you want to build community, and you want to pick an app where you feel like, hey, I can handle this app. Okay. Any more questions? Um, any questions about editing, covers, ARC teams, beta teams? I mean, ARC readers, beta readers, all of that. Because I've learned so much. I learned what to do and what not to do on the journey of like these books. So I try to, just like share as much information as I can because when you know better, you do better. But when you don't know, you just don't know. So I I try to, you know, be a um be a source of information for people. Um, okay, just got in for work. How do you go about designing your covers or choosing your covers? So okay. So I'm like a for this cover, I kind of think of like my stories and what they represent or what they're about. So this is like a romantic suspense. It is about an FBI agent and a sex trafficking victim. I also kind of sometimes like to. Oh, Thank you so much. Thank you. I kinda like to, like, tie, like, the title into the cover if I can. So, this cover is dark, it's moody, which is like the vibe of the story. The story is dark or has some dark elements. It can be moody. But then I also love like the picture of this woman kind of just like looking off to the distance, like with her head up, and it kind of she represents my female main character, um, because like they're trying to shut down the sex trafficking ring that she's a part of, and so I kind of like looked at this cover and I'm like, okay, like she's resilient, she represents my female main character. I love this cover. So I designed this cover. I found this stock image on Upsplash, which is like a stock image website. I found it on Upsplash and I just like went into Canva and I like changed the settings. So like I made the picture darker. I found the font that I liked and I put the title on there and put my name on it. Um, so that was that cover and like this is the back. So I literally just like took the same picture on the front, played with the settings a little bit, and that's how we got the back of that book. Um, these two books are these are pre-made covers. So I picked this cover because I was like, first of all, this cover is gorgeous, and I'm a sucker for a good cover. Something that's eye-catching. This is my favorite cover. I'm just in love with the cover and the color and the vibrancy of it. And I was just like, oh, I need this cover. Like, I need this cover. I'm like, this girl is gorgeous. And I'm like, this is a romantic thriller. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like when I think of my female main character, Phoenix, like she's who represents like she's the girl that represents this book. I tend to pick my covers last. So once my stories are written and or at least like 80% written and I know like what they're gonna be about, then I go and pick a cover. This is also a pre-made cover. This is a divorced couple. So like second chance romance. Christmas time, I felt like the white was very like representative of Christmas and it's long sleeve. And I'm like, okay, like this is a vibe and I'm like I like this, like this looks like a couple in love, and I feel like it really represented my two characters in this book. Okay, we got comments. Okay, do. Which one of your books is your favorite by far, and do all of your books exist in a shared universe? Okay, so okay, I don't really okay, so if I have to choose what my favorite is, I would say I have favorites for different reasons, but for the sake of just not torturing myself and only picking these two, I would say these two are my favorite. I would say this one is my favorite because I feel like I just think like structure wise and growth wise, I just did a very amazing job on these two books. Like this one is it I wanted to tell a story about like black girls gone missing and like what happens when the police does their job and all of that jazz. And I feel like I really everything that I set out for this story, I really like accomplished. Like if I read this story again, there's nothing that I would go back and change about this book. Now, I might change like I might be singing a different tune in a couple of years, but right now, like I love the storyline in this book. And this book, I feel like I love like the growth between the characters and the male main character. Like he's complex, and I just feel like my favorite stories are the ones that are more emotional and the ones that really tell like a deeper message, and the ones that like oh, sorry. The ones that kind of like push the bounds of romance. Like, because this is a romantic thriller about an FBI agent who also works for like a witness protection program. And some of the women in the witness protection program end up go missing or end up being unalived. And he has to figure out who's doing it. And he finds out that somebody is targeting him, and that's the reason why the girls are going missing. And then he found out they're also trying to target the love of his life. So I think like the stories that are like just a little more like emotional. I'm an emotional girl at heart. So I'm just like, I want the story that's gonna make me cry. So I wish I could have said that faster in not so many words, but at this point, y'all know I like to talk a lot. Okay. Oh, and yeah, so all of these books do exist in the same universe, which is something that I'm really proud of because I was really trying to do my very best to create a universe. And there's a video that I have coming out soon. And I asked like what should be like the name of like my world. So it was like Bree Land, Bree Universe, or Breetopia. And I just feel like Breetopia is my favorite. So in the Breetopia world, these two books, these two books takes place in Slatesville, PA. I made that town up because I don't have time to write a book about an actual real town and for people to fact check me. So I just make it up. Now this story is takes place in a okay, you like Breetopia too? I think Breetopia is my favorite too. I think that's what we're gonna start using. Breetopia just I don't know, just like it ease. And I'm like, that's the one, Breetopia. Now, this one takes place in Holly Hills, PA. Again, it is a fake town, but I found a way to connect them. So, like, she's a mommy blogger. Thank you. She's a mommy blogger in this book, and in this book, she's a mommy to be. So, like, she finds her blog, and they end up like chit chatting. So, like, I found a way to like connect them all because I love reading books, and the characters end up like somehow knowing each other. And I'm like, oh, that's so freaking dope. I love that. So, yeah, they're all part of Breetopia. I think we're definitely gonna go with Breetopia. Okay, and congratulations on publishing so many books already. It's inspiring hearing you speak about your work. You make someone want to read the words you created. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that because I do put so much of my heart and my passion into these stories. Like they're all special for different reasons, which is why it was hard for me to like pick a favorite. But like they're all special to me, and I always want like my passion and my love for my books to come across because again, you said it makes people want to read them, and I feel like that is like the one thing that gets people in person, like when I do in person events, to actually want to read my books because I go on full monologues about them. Like I be hyped. Like I think that like Kelsey, I don't know if you're still here, but like, or any of you who are like writing and you're getting ready to publish your first book, or you already have some books out, you need to like be passionate about your work. You need to be passionate about your work. Like as a reader, you need to be the one that can tell me what you love most about your story and why like someone should read it because even I found that like in my experience even if someone decides that hey this book is not for me they like, oh, but I can pick it up for my friend or I can pick it up for my wife. Like I've had lots of husbands or boyfriends be like, hey, I'm gonna pick this up I'm gonna pick this up for my girl or I'm gonna pick this up for my mom. Like there was this one kid, I mean he probably was 18 years old. I don't know how old he was, but he looked kind of young, maybe like 21, whatever. He was like, oh, like I'm gonna pick this up for my mom. And I'm like, oh, you're sweet. So like I definitely think that like the passion that you have behind your stories um should be like at the forefront when you are talking about them, when you get the chance to talk about them. Because you know, sometimes people don't want to sit here and talk to you about a book for 20 minutes. Sometimes people are on a time crunch. Um so even if you're just like if you get like your little elevator pitch together about your stories and you're like, okay, and you can tell like what the stories are about in about 4 to 5 sentences, that's good. Like just enough to get the people going. So yeah, monologue done. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And this is why my vlogs be so long. Because we be talking. We be talking. Okay? But like I love talking. Especially about my books. Like it's so much fun. Any more questions? What are you guys reading right now? Sierra, you never told me what you were reading. If you are reading anything. Um, I'm actually reading 2 books right now. One book is a contemporary romance. It is by the author D. Rose. She's an indie Black romance author. And what's that book about? Oh, it's a fake dating romance. So we have a rapper named Fame, and we have a female main character named Heaven. She's an R&B. Oh, come on, 3 books. She's an R&B singer, and they decided to fake date, and it's so freaking cute. And I'm also reading Capadonna by Jaquil J. It is a urban fiction romance, and it's just so freaking good. All right, how did you write the brotherhood and sisterhood and finding my way out of darkness? Um, so I have really great friends. I have really great friends. Um, and I have I have good family, but like this is not about the family. We're talking about brotherhood, sisterhood. I really think that like community is something that is so important in real life and also online, like in life in general. So the brotherhood between Brian Kendricks and Levi was something that I feel like is not always talked about in real life. Like there are men who may have been like best friends with each other since they were like 6. And because like they may not want to talk about like the emotional aspect of it, I feel like it's kind of like brushed off, but I wanted to really have like a real emphasis on like men needing each other, like men needing other men and them being able to hold each other accountable. Cause like if women need women and women need men, men need women and men need men. Okay. Like we all need each other. So I wanted it to be like men who are like unafraid to be vulnerable with each other, for them to have healthy friendships, for them to sometimes fight if that's what they do. But like, I really wanted to like put that on page, and then also like with the sisterhood between Michaela, Phoenix, and Asha. I wanted to like show like, okay, here are 3 women who are like just like getting to know each other, but them becoming friends is easy. Like it's not necessarily hard. Like they fall into like a friendship naturally, and there's like no cattiness with them. They're not like fighting or arguing. Like they're supporting each other. Um, and I feel like friendship, like there's a fly. Oh my god, I'm not. I'm not gonna get the fly because the fly's gonna distract me, but I'm not gonna get it. I'm gonna focus. The ADHD is trying to get me. Um, I wanted to hold on, I'm gonna address the comments. I'm trying to finish answering the question. I'm cracking up. I wanted to just show like sisterhood of, girls just being women being able to be friends without it being any drama. Cause like I have like healthy relationships is overall what I wanted to show. Like I have healthy relationships with my friends. It took a while to get here, but we are here. And I always want my characters to have that. So like and this it's crazy because in this book, the female main character, so she divorces her husband after losing her twin sister um to mental health, and she like divorces her husband, forgets all about her friends. Like the only thing that she's worrying about is being a mom, right? Which is fine. Um but then 2 years later she's in therapy, she's trying to get it together. So like there's a conversation that she has with her best friend who like she completely like abandoned and stopped talking to. So like sometimes the brotherhood and the sisterhood, they don't always get it right. So like they didn't get it right in this story because of grief and mental health. So I kind of wanted to write about that too. Um, so yeah. All right, let me read the comments. Um do do do. I'm reading my government means okay. Okay, you're reading a lot of books. Okay, boys come first and blood at the root and blood race right now. Okay. How's blood at the root? I heard good things about that, but Wait, Blood at the Root, Blood at the Root, Blood at the Root. Let me look at that title. I mean, that cover real quick because in my head, I know what it is. I know what it looks like, but in my brain, also feels like I'm mixing it up with something else. Blood at the Root. Oh, yes. See, this one. The blue John, the blue book. I actually okay. How are you enjoying Blood at the Root? Because I actually want to read that, and I okay. So I'm not really big on fantasy, but I do love YA, and I heard good things about Blood at the Root, and like supposed to be based off like a HBCU, all of that. Yeah, like yeah. I don't know. I think I might. I'm gonna see if I can find like the audio. I don't know if it's on audio. I think it is. I'm gonna see if I can find the audio book on Libby because I might want to read it. Okay. Do. Wow, I knew it. I told my hubby that she's a community person because how well it's written. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm big on community. I'm big on community in real life. I'm big on community online, which is also why like I'm trying to like show that on here, like on YouTube, and like trying to like find my community on YouTube and like try my best to like make sure I'm watching your videos and interacting with your content and responding back to your content. I mean to your comments because I want to find my community on here. Um, okay, men need each other is true. Brotherhood is necessary. Bring serious. Y'all gonna make me swipe my debit card. Listen. Swipe that debit card, okay? You're not gonna regret it. I'm just saying. Especially if you like Criminal Minds, because it is a Criminal Minds inspired romance story. Um, at least both of these two books are. Okay. Let me keep going. CC, let me say play there. Here, listen. As you see, I have books. Okay, I have books. You can go to my website. You can place the order if you want. They come with stickers and art prints is cute. Okay. This is why I love your work, but hearing you say it hits different. Let me find out. I just met my writing friend. Listen! Yeah. Okay. Listen, girl. Don't get me started about writing friends and author friends. I like, and I'm gonna answer the rest of. I'm gonna read the rest of the comments in just a minute. When I wrote this book, I didn't even tell anybody I was writing the book. That's number one. Number two, okay. I wrote this book with my family and they're not like really big readers. They were extremely supportive. They're like the reason that the book even came out in the first place. So love y'all down for that. But it's different, like being in community with other writers who know like how hard it is to actually write a book because writing a book isn't easy. Like all of these books were hard to write, all of them in one way or another. They were hard. Like writing books are hard. So like not having to like do it by yourself is also like amazing, which is why I wanted to start doing these sprints and coming and being live on YouTube because listen, we can have guests on here. We can sit here and write together and have these conversations in real time. Um, I think that, not I think, I know that I'm going to make this a weekly thing, excuse me, where I go live. Now, eventually, I want to work my way up to probably going live, maybe like 2 or 3 times a week. And I know y'all probably like 2 or 3 times a week, girl. That's a lot. If you follow me on my other social media platforms, on YouTube, on TikTok, I'm always live on TikTok, and it just helps keep me accountable. Like I'll go live early in the morning before my shift. They may be quick live. They may be 30 minutes. They may be 45 minutes. But it's a very, just like a very quick, easy to the point kind of thing. But listen, let me know if you want to write together, Sierra, because I would be down for that. And I'm not just saying that because I don't say things just to say things. Okay, Blood at the Root was cool. Magical HBCU is very black. Listen, and I love my books black. Okay, I do. I write black romance for that reason. All of my characters are black. Some of them are full black. Some of them half black. But most of them are black. All of them are black. Okay, here we go. Oh, hey, Dami, how are you? I just got off work. What I missed? Okay, girl, we done talked about everything. Um, We are talking about marketing. We're talking about writing characters. We're talking about writing community. Um, we're talking about just about everything. Okay, how are you? How was work? Did you have a good shift? We're talking about writing sprints. Okay, I love writing sprints, so I'm always down for us like writing together. We can write together here on YouTube. Okay, I'm down for that. Um, if I set it, okay, question. If I set a time like I did today and be like, hey, y'all know Bree's gonna be on here at I don't know 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock to do a writing sprint. If y'all want to commit to that, we can do that. I'm also down for doing writing sprints over the weekend because we got jobs over here or we have things to do over here. Um, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, y'all want to write. Period. Okay, I love true crime and criminal minds. Okay, then you need to check out these. Here, where they at? These two books. These are criminal mind inspired romance stories, and this one is a romantic suspense. Oh my god, my phone about to die. Where's my charger? Okay, let me stop playing. Every time I get on live, my phone is always about to die because why am I not doing my due diligence to make sure my phone is charged? Romantic suspense, romantic thriller. All right, let me see. Da 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 da. Okay, I'm definitely down to hop on more lives for writing because right now I'm writing in bed alone with my music. Yeah, and I listen. I'm always down for like a writing session that's like a solo dolo writing session. All right, I'm gonna have to switch gears, and we're gonna have to turn this party around because my charger is on this side of the room. All right, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna come over here to the desk. Oh Lord, the charger ain't that damn long. Child, the ghetto. Okay, here we go. Phone plugged up. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm a prop at work. This is the baby's toy from work. How did it end up in my house? I have no idea. All right, we're gonna prop the books up for anybody who Oh, period. Okay, come on. We just have to shift gears a little bit and all is well. Okay, let me get my water. All right. So let's talk about these writing sprints because I actually love that. Okay, Dami, did I read your comment? Am I pronouncing your name right? Dami? Dami? Tell me which variation. Dami, variation one, or Dami, variation two. I feel like number one is right. Always log into writing sprints. It's great to foster a community and just get to know each other writers and helps keep me accountable for my own writing. Yeah, listen, I okay, Dami variation two, period. But this ain't now. I know you said your name's on. I know you like said ooh, the army, the army, the army, the army, the army. No, I'm saying it wrong because I'm saying it slow. What? Okay, listen, we're gonna get this right. We're gonna get this right. Hold on. Okay. Is it no, it's fine. It's fine. We're gonna get it right, we're gonna get it tight. Okay. Now I'm gonna say one. I'm gonna say the one variation, and if it's wrong, say no, and then I'm gonna say the other one, and if it's right, say yes. But respond to each one. Okay, ready? Okay. Dami. Is that right? Dami? Yes, period. Okay. Hey girl, hey. Okay, we got it right. We got it right. We got it right. Okay. Dami, hey girl, hey. I'm glad we got that. I listen. I'm glad we got that together. Cause you know what? I'm such a stickler for names. Like I hate when people say my name wrong. Like my name is pronounced Brianna. Like the Yana is very like it's emphasized. So Brianna. So I hate when I hear like a Brianna or a Brianna with an I instead of Brianna. So like I try to make sure I get people's names right because when somebody say my name wrong, I'm very quick to correct them. Or Brianna, I really hate that one. Which I understand there are a lot of Briannas in this world, Briannas, whatever. So I get it. But I'm like, hold on, babe, that's not me. Okay. I definitely think that this would be dope for us to write together. Um, I'm down for it to, be like, okay, so the only annoying thing, and this is just like a tad bit annoying about YouTube, is that there's like no inbox thing here. So like if we're like, okay, because I could commit to like coming on live for like, let me see, Wednesday. I can do Wednesday if Wednesday works for y'all. Even if it's like y'all don't want to necessarily like come up on the live, but you want to be in the comments and writing, like we can also do that. When I go live on the other socials, a lot of people will either like other authors will like come on the live and like be up on the screen with me, or they'll be in the comments and be like, hey girl, we're writing, I'm here, it's a vibe. We'll do timers, so I'll set a timer. We'll write for like 30 minutes, 30 45 minutes, and then we'll do like a check-in to see like how it goes. Did anybody get anything done? Did anybody not get anything done? The only annoying thing about this site, this app, is that like we can't inbox each other. So I can't be like, hey y'all ready to sprint? But I am gonna start utilizing the community tab more. So I don't know how often you guys see it. Like, did you see the announcement that I was going to go live when I made it this morning? Because I'm just trying to make sure, like, okay, if that's the best way to communicate, I want to make sure that I'm using the community tab the right way. Because honestly, I be forgetting about it. Truly, I do. So, and most of my YouTube videos are like scheduled out. So, like, literally, I have videos in a queue that are like, I think I got 3 or 4 videos up there, and they're gonna be coming out within the next couple weeks. So, like, my like posting in real time is on a community tab. So it's a community tab, a good John for me to use for us to communicate. Because I feel like the answer should be yes, but okay. I think I saw an announcement this morning, so I asked to be notified. Ooh, okay, good. All right, well, I can definitely do that. I mean, I'm also on the other socials, and I feel like I say this all the time. Um, oh my God, this fly is gonna bother me. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay, we have an electric fly swatter, um, because this fly is gonna get on my nerves, and I don't have time to play. If you have flies that annoy you, you need to get you one of these off of Amazon. It was only like $10 or $12. Okay, there's like a protective thingy in between, and there's a little button that you press, and I can play whack a mole with the flies. Because when I tell you, I just can't. First of all, I already got ADHD. Okay, so I be trying to focus. Like I've been doing good at being focused. So when the flies around, they really be distracting me. Okay, listen. One of my friends told me about this joint, and I said, "Ow, you saved my life!" Like when I tell you, so like there was a problem with one of my doors, one of my windows, and I had all of these flies in my house. When I tell you, I just like could not, and I enjoy getting the flies. Like I just think that I'm like a fly master. And my friends, when they come over, they're like, let me not be next to her when she see a fly because I just gotta get it. Now, that fly been on here for the last 30 minutes around here. And I'm gonna sit it down and bet you the minute I sit it down, it's gonna come flying back. And it's probably annoying because I got my ring light plugged up. But listen, if you ain't got time for flies, get this John. Now mosquitoes are a little too they don't work because the holes in this joint is pretty big. All right, enough about the fly swatter. Screaming. Okay, thank you so much for coming. Okay, yes, I will definitely put it on. All right, I'm gonna start utilizing the community tab. Any more questions? You guys, any questions about indie publishing or just my writing process or whatever that case may be? Um, because I'm having a good time. And thank you guys so much for joining me. Okay, because I really thought I was going to be up here by myself. Now, I would have been up here, sometimes it is what it is. And there are times where, people just can't join or simply don't want to join. Um, so I probably would have been just getting some writing done. But I love yapping, which is why I make vlogs. Because I like talking. So if y'all have any more questions, we could chit chat. About books, writing styles, all that jazz. I completely forgot all about my music. And now the computer is over there on the other table. So we need to bring it back. I need to get the desk. I hope I'm able to save this live. Mm, okay. Okay, that was a good question. All right, so this book, Find My Way to You, was the hardest to write. Because okay, so in the world, and this is my personal opinion, in the world of romance, there is a double standard when it comes to the female main character and the male main character, right? So my male main character, he is a victim of DV. He had a father who was very abusive to his mother and to him as a child. So he grew up seeing that, which affected the way that he was able to communicate and receive love as an adult, right? He's not, he works for a witness protection program where he helps women, um, you know, disappear and reinvent themselves to get away from their abusers, right? So he's not an abuser, but he doesn't necessarily think that he's deserving of love and he has a lot of trauma. So it was hard for me to write a male main character with trauma because I was so nervous about how like my readers would receive him. And that's like, so this is part of an interconnected series. This is book one. The male main character, so this one says like a story of unconditional love. So the male main character, he's perfect, right? He's literally perfect. And I wrote him that way. Now, he does have, like he's a little overprotective or and he has like some abandonment issues, whatever. But it's not like the end all. I wish the comments would just like stay. Yeah, just stay up here. Um, Sorry. I'm still getting used to being live on here. Um, he's perfect. So when this book came out, I wrote it that way because that's what my female main character needed. And um I didn't want like the disappointment that I feel like can come cuz I feel like okay, I think that readers want they want the perfect book boyfriend. They want perfect men in books, right? And sometimes the men are not perfect. And Kendrick's is not perfect. He's a great guy. He's a great man, because he still is. But I was just nervous about like how my readers were going to receive him, and if they were going to understand like me writing him the way that I wrote him. So like it's okay for like a woman to be complex in the book. It's fine. It's honestly a little bit to be expected, right? At least in romance. And but like when a male main character is like complex or like he doesn't necessarily know like which route he wants to go, I feel like people are like, oh well, like you know, I guess like that toxic masculinity, um, kind of like was in the forefront of my mind when I was writing him because like, he shows his emotions, but then he also doesn't. So I kind of was just like nervous about how people were going to receive him, which, made it hard to write. And it's a romantic thriller. It was my first time writing a romantic thriller, so I was like, I don't know. So yeah, this one was my hardest to write. Um, I love it. I love like the finished product. Um, I'm proud of it because it was so difficult to write. Like this one wasn't. It was hard to write in a different way, but that one like it took me through it just a little bit. Like took me through it just a bit. Okay, thank you. YouTube. When does that thinking go away? Dami, do you have any books out yet? You have books out, right? Which one of your books was the hardest to write? Has it been hard being like in the trad space? Has it been hard like working with sorry, I got this new nose cuff and I'm trying to push it up. Has it been hard working with like a like literary agent and like a publishing house and all of that jazz? Because I feel like that um I'm curious about that lifestyle. What time is it? Okay, I'm proud of me. I've been live for 96 minutes. Okay, you say you don't have any books out yet. Your first one comes out. Oh, nice. Okay, good. So come literally like next year. Nice. Okay. Okay. Do you have to read the first one? Find my way out of darkness. Um, so they are well, they're an interconnected standalone series, so you can read them in any order that you want. Now I love reading series, but I love reading them in order. So you can read the first one if you want, or you can read the second one and go and read the first one if you want, or you can just read the first one or just read the second one. Okay. Let's see. I don't have any authors that I'm in community with that are in like the trad space, um, which is a future goal of mine. In a perfect world, I would be a hybrid author. So I would have my indie books, and then I'll have some traditionally published books, which I think could be cool. You know what? I need to finish this gallery wall. See, ADHD at work. I need to finish my gallery wall because I started it in like March, but it's supposed to go all the way down. And I got the artwork. I just need to put it up there. Excuse me. Okay, it's been a weird process for me. I got a publishing deal with Indie Press before. Oh, okay, okay. All right, hold on. It's been a weird process for me. I got a publishing deal with an indie press before I got an agent. So the debut comes out with a small press, and I'm mid edits with my agent for another book. Oh, okay, okay. So technically, you have two. So you have two books coming out in the future. One with a small press, and one with an agent that you might shop around or have already shopped around. Let's say I don't know how much you can talk about before before the whole process comes out. Okay. 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 So the small press, and I mean, I watched your video, so maybe I'll go back and watch it because I know that you talked about it, and I don't want to make you repeat yourself too much. But with the small press, was it like a vanity press? I need to rebleach my hair, or was it like a um just like a I shopped this book around to like these publishing companies and we got a deal. Um, cause I tried to shop around both of these books. Well, this one wasn't written yet, but I tried to shop around this one, and a lot of the feedback that I got was they didn't want books that were already published. So I was like, okay, I get that, I guess. Um, because I'm like, but that's not the way it happens for everybody. Um, but I do have a book that I am going to start working on next year that I want to write first and then get an agent and then shop the book around with the agent. Um, it'll be a YA book because I love YA. Even though I don't have any YA books out yet, I love I love young adult. But I think that like I definitely wouldn't mind like being like a YA trad publisher and like my romance would be my adult romance would be all like with my indie books. Oh child, what time is it? Hold on, let me get my iPad. Ooh, oh, okay. 6:51. All right. We're not doing bad on time. I say I didn't want to be up here for too long, but I wanted to be up here for a good amount of time. Oh, okay, hold on. All right, you said when I queried my debut, I queried agents primarily, but I queried two small presses as well. Oh, okay. Okay, I like that. I like that. Because I think, well, first of all, that's smart. That's smart. I didn't think, I didn't think to query, I didn't think to query presses. I just like immediately went into like querying agents. Um, and I like had a list of certain agents in mind that I knew like worked with indie authors or like republished like indie author books. And like so like Kennedy Ryan is one of the authors that I'm referring to. She's a romance author, just in case you don't know who she is. And what is her name? Talia Hibbert. I believe she also has like indie books that got traditionally published. And there's another one. She writes like rom com romantasy. What is her name? Is it Kimberly? Shoot. What is her name? Kimberly. Okay, Kimberly Lemonin. She has books that she wrote um that were indie and that are now like traditional. So I like went with that in mind when I was like looking for agents. But yeah, I feel like like from my understanding, because I talked to quite a few authors who are like who were indie and now like are hybrid. Like there's I don't know if you guys heard of Kirby Girl Summer by Danielle Allen. But it just came out, I think in July or June. It's so good. It's a romance. Um and it is her first traditionally published book, but she has a back catalog that's extensive. She has like 51 or 52 indie books, and like all of her books are amazing. Um, and I was just like talking to her a little bit in the DMs on Instagram, and she was just like, it took like her for like her 50th or 57th book or 51st book, whatever, to get her trad deal. And I'm like, ooh, that's good. That's real good. Like, so I like being indie. I like being able to, you know, do what I want when I want and how I want to do it. But I definitely like the idea of just like um, excelling a bit. You know what? Let me not say excelling because that's not the right word that I want to use. Because there are some indie authors who like are full time and they're doing amazing and making six figures and they're eating it up. Okay, and they're doing like Christina C. Jones is one. She's amazing. Alexandria House is one. She's amazing. Like there are authors who love Belvin. I don't know how like immersed you guys are in the indie romance space, but like those are indie romance authors who have been doing it for a very long time and are like doing amazing. So like I know that it's possible for me to be like full time as an indie author, but like I do also want to I have some like just some other goals in mind too. So um, any more questions? Sorry, I just feel like I went on a whole monologue. Oh my god, I just went on a whole monologue about that. But I could talk about that all day. Like I could talk about that all day. Um, okay, you say yes. I don't know a lot of indie romance, but I think more YA fantasy, sci-fi. But I think Clarissa Broadbent. Who that? Who, who that lady? I'm about to look. I'm about to look her up. I've never heard of her. Um, hmm. Who is this? Is she over here on YouTube? Oh, the red hair looks familiar, but I don't think I. Okay, she writes fantasy. I don't think I read anything by. I know I haven't read anything by her. Um, but she does. She does look pretty familiar. I don't know. Maybe it's just the red hair that I feel like she's reminded me of somebody else. Yeah, but like there are like lots of authors who I know that are like primarily indie and have like a have like some trap books out there. So like I definitely have like I feel like as authors we have so many book ideas, or at least I have so many book ideas that I want to write, and I know that like when I write this trad book that I feel like it's a really good storyline, and um I feel like I got a feeling in my spirit that it would be picked up. So I know that like my plan, because just as it's just the two of y'all on here, so I can talk about my plan right now. But like my plan is to finish all of the series and like finish all of my indie series books. So like there's one more book in this series. Um, there's one more couple in that series. I also have a sports romance that is coming out next month called Maybe I Need You. That is book one in a three-book series. They're all like they're triplets, so each brother gets a book. Um, and then I may or may not write a full length um, like paranormal book, because right now I am working on a paranormal romance, but like it's just going to be like a novella, like a short story. But I want to kind of like maybe write a full length one next year. But then once I do all of that, so my timeline is like March or May to like sit and really like focus on writing the YA book, because now I did already start it, but I'm like, okay, I want to give this, excuse me, I like to give all of my books my full attention, well, as much as I can. So I really want to focus on that book and not any other books at the time when I get to writing it. Um, but yeah, that's helpful. Sorry, y'all. My alarm went off. Um, but yeah, that's really helpful. I'm really excited for you. Congratulations on your debut novel coming out soon. And yeah, and everything you're doing in this space. I just love to see us winning. There are not that many black YouTubers that are authors, you know. AlterTubers, whatever, over here. So I just, I love to see us all winning, whether it's in the indie space, in the trad space, in the whatever space you win. Okay, because we all deserve to win, and um, the odds are stacked against us in one way or another. So I'm like, if one of us win, we all win. But if anybody has any more questions, feel free to drop a question down. If you guys do not have any more questions, can we say we will pick this live back up? Yeah, if one of us wins, we all win. And that's on period, okay? Can we say that we will pick this live back up next week on Wednesday? Can Wednesday be our thing? I feel like if we start once a week and then we can add more days if that's what y'all want to do. I'm also again on other social media platforms. So if you guys are not following me on TikTok or Instagram and you want to do, more writing sprints more frequently, I am more frequent on those other apps. Cause I don't know, it's just like for me, it ain't nothing just to like pop my phone up while I'm on like TikTok and just like go live. Like, cause I can also play music on there. So it's a little more free. I got a little more freedom over there. But I do want us to go live over here. Um, so if y'all say the 28th is good, I will make the flyer and put it in the community tab. Okay, let me see. This time is usually pretty good for me. Actually, I just work later than today usual, so I'll be here when I can. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. And next week we can definitely I just wanted to come on here and, like talk to you guys in real time and not just on a video or not just in the community tab with a poll, but like actually, come on here and chat it up with y'all and get to talk to y'all in real time, or as real as we can get on live. Um, so next week on the 28th, I'll make a post in the community tab. I'm actually gonna write that down, put that on my planner so that I don't forget to make a post on the community tab because I'll be forgetting stuff, which is why I have my planner. But if we could do next week, the 28th, we can do from like 5 to 7. We can do like 5 to 7. I feel like that's a good joint for me. Okay, yeah, I'm closing this joint off. All right, my dogs are whining for dinner, so I guess I gotta go be dog. Yeah, listen, I'm surprised that my pup ain't start. He always got a lot to say in my vlogs. Okay, I'm so glad to catch up for a bit. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, I'm gonna update the community tab um for next week's live. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been amazing. It's went better than what I thought it was gonna go. So thank you so much. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.